Welcome to Lamb's Fun. I'm here today with Shana, and many of you have seen her before. And look what she did. This is the beautiful cumulus cotton that we have here in the weft, and then our lamb spun hand-dyed sock yarn.
I think it's the
Correct?
other way around. So the cumulus is the warp,
You
and
did.
the sock yarn is in the weft.
I see that now. So you tell us, we're into this hand-woven clothing for going into fall, but tell us how in the world you did this beautiful design.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put like a little bit of a decorative feature on this. As I was weaving, I hem stitched one side, and then I left a gap of about an inch. Sometimes you can just like fill in a couple picks with waste yarn. Since it was just an inch, I just measured very carefully and didn't beat very hard when I started the new one. Wove a couple inches, hem stitched it again. But when I hem stitched it kind of
Off
center. So the first time it was groups of 4. The next time I started with groups of 2.
Smart.
And then divided each of the groups of 2 in half and hem stitched those together.
So it gives a lacy effect.
It gives a lacy and a little bit of a zigzag. You can kind of see that.
And it opens it up so beautifully.
Opens it up, and it just gives it an interesting decorative feature there.
And it goes clear through. The whole design holds together better because of that. And it really turns out to be an amazing, easy wearable. And is it basically a rectangle?
Yeah, so it's almost like weaving 2 halves of a scarf. So if you want, there's 2 panels, and each of them goes over the shoulder and down to the back.
So like 2 scarves, or one long?
So it would be like 2 halves of a scarf.
Okay.
So 44 inches each. And then take them off. I did all of the edges and blocked them, and then sewed them a little bit up the front, and then a little bit it's sewn up the back, exactly the same. And then just put the 2 pieces together to make kind of just an open shirt.
And I call this a festival shawl, because this is the perfect thing to wear to an event, an outdoor amphitheater performance, a symphony, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so nice because it's not anything warm. So it's just like cool as a cloud. Yeah. But you could wear it as an extra layer in the fall or the winter. And it's just clever. It's easy and clever. We love. So stay tuned for more hand-woven clothing as we go into fall. And tell us what you're wearing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so this is a shawl that I designed. So it's similar to the bandanas that we have kits for. But this one is just the bandana, just keep on going and make it into a shawl.
Beautiful.
And
bamboo
this one,
silk.
I think this is the bamboo silk. And this was like the pink lady slipper color, but just like nice.
And your edges are beaded.
Yeah, this one has
nice finishing.
The beaded edge.
So nice.
And then you can just see the back if you want to see.
This would also be lovely for summer event outside. Yes. 4th of July. Anytime you're going to something special and want to look nice, whether it's winter or summer.
Yeah, and it's incredible, nice. Like actually, how if it's a little bit chilly, just a little bit of this will actually keep you quite warm.
It's lovely. Yeah. Beautiful job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also have something new right here by the front door. We've had this yarn, but it's got a new prestigious location. Right when you come in, you'll find this. It's the Barocco Tilly. And this is a very lightweight, kind of year-round yarn that's got Pima cotton and cupro, which is a copper product that is used in the processing of it in Peru. And it's 343 meters, which is like over 400 yards. And it's the yarn we used for this gorgeous Tilly patterned tee. And then we've also got a shawl here.
And it has a nice shine to it.
And it's light and airy, very, very soft, perfect for entertaining and just cozy around the house. And then this was super clever. Paula, that many of you know now, she actually worked on this beautiful, now called a festival shawl. And she put the cutest, she's into cats, so she put really cute cat
Yeah.
stitch markers on here for decorative. And what a lovely, like you go into an event and you don't want to be stuffy, but just something extremely special and nice. It's perfect. So this is great.
Yes.
And then we've got a new color here. This is, speaking of our latest hand-dyed yarns, this is brand new, alpaca silk. We've been lacking in yellow. A sales rep said, you need yellow, even to show the other colors. So we did a yellow, and very happy to have it here. We've also got hollyhocks petals.
Yes.
So these I just love. It's the richest, most gorgeous purple on the planet. It's like black hollyhock, but it's a black purple. And the reason we're saving these, it's a dye plant here that we're growing in the homestead here at Fort Collins Lamb Spun. And this will make a beautiful dye plant. So very shortly we will be experimenting with it and showing you what wonderful colors we can get with our native dye plants here. We've also got, make and takes have been phenomenal. We've had huge response to both the cat, this adorable
Tom the kitten.
Tom the kitten from Beatrix Potter.
Yeah.
And we have a baby one now. And we had a huge class of makers that all were successful. We pre-made some of the bodies so that it was not something you couldn't do within a couple of hours. Everybody finished, which was like shocking. And
our next one's on July 11th.
Perfect. And then another one that's coming up, and I think it is the same day, and this is Saturday, so right away. This is the fairy, garden fairy, which, as you can see, makes a great little accent or support for a plant. And then, let's see, we'll have more make and takes you can see on the website.
Yes.
A new yarn right by the front door also has some new samples. This one is Mabuki, that is by Noro. Some beautiful shawls and scarves that are made with this beautiful new yarn. And then a new display right here. It's like our last thing we want to show you. We have the alpaca silk in new colors. And oh my goodness, this is our highlight of the week, of the year. This is the Winter Garden Pullover by Marianne Stevens, knitted by Izzy, who's filming today. She used 4 balls of this lamb spun alpaca silk.
And really, you have
see
to
the
buy
colors.
4, but I used I think I used 1 1/4 of the white.
Perfect.
And 1 1/2 of the pink.
And what soft hand this
it's
has.
Amazing. You can rub it's so soft you want to rub your
It
face.
makes you really want winter to come. We're looking forward to Izzy teaching us how to do this.
Yes.
And especially the finishing. Tell us what this is called.
Oh, I've heard it either picot or scalloped edge, so I don't know what the difference is, but either one, it's the same.
I think it could work. I think it's more of a picot.
Yeah.
I think the scallop is more of a shell.
Yes, I think you're right. And then the top is
right there.
A really unique, you knit for a few rows, and then you fold it over with a crochet hook and crochet it with a slip stitch.
Fabulous.
It's easier to show it, but it is it's fun.
That's why we have a class
pretty simple.
On this.
Yeah, but yeah, and then the armholes are steeked.
Nice.
So I
to match everything.
Yeah, and I had to put it on my sewing machine.
You did it.
Yes, and then you cut your
steeking means
to sew and to cut your work.
Yeah, which is scary, and that's why.
But it's doable.
The class is going to be good for this.
But
we wanted somebody to hold our hand.
Yeah, it was a little scary. I will say I was panicking the whole time, but it worked. And
I love the detail of both the yarn and the way that it's knitted. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was so
gorgeous
much fun.
Sleeve. Everything about this rocks.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend this pattern.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Package deal. Not for sale.
Yeah.
We do have the Imagination Shawl Kits.
Yes.
Those are available right now.
And it's featured in our Savings Club.
Featured in the Savings Club. And we actually have new yarns that we're featuring in the boucle, which this is one of them. These are 2 others that are available now.
And then this royal blue.
And the beautiful royal blue, so gorgeous. And then last week we showed you how we had hand dyed some of the kid silk, which means from a goat. So it's really not silk, it's just kid mohair, but it's these curly locks, and it looks like silk, and it is soft as silk, or very, very soft. And Jane just finished this wonderfully textured, fun hand spun yarn that features this. The way she spun and the way we use this is to just tease it apart a little bit and let the curls stay. You can use this even by knitting and just catching the center. So with the spinning, we catch it with fiber in the middle. We let these be free. And with knitting, we have hats and so forth that we have just caught it in the middle. And they're much more fun than just solid yarn. It's really more interesting.
Yes.
One thing we forgot to show was we had Oaxaca weavers here again, another group. And this was Alex Martinez, who has been here before. And we just have a few items that are in the shop, and more than what you see here, but this is a good sampling.
But the rugs were a hit.
The rugs, everything's been popular. I wanted to show you this especially because of the dyes. There's a lot of dye secrets in here, and he shared openly quite a bit about this. So they only use, like he mentioned, 6 dye plants: cochineal, indigo, marigold, pecan shells, moss, and mesquite seeds. But the incredible thing is, you'll see in the rugs and these even small pieces, many, many amazing colors. And they do that by mixing things like vinegar, baking soda, salt, tannic acid, real simple things, alum and limestone, to change the shade of the color. And then they mix the plant dyes amongst themselves to get even more colors. So they've got hundreds of colors with just natural shading.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
And if this makes you want to dye, we have all the stuff to do this.
Absolutely. There's a whole little room in the back with many dyes available. We're happy to give you instruction if you need that. And we do have one more thing coming up that we need to mention. Oh, next week there's going to be a visitor here
from Cascade
Yarns, but very special, Shana Dubavin, and she's going to actually bring the new things for fall, as well as show us things that tie in with our summer homestead theme for July. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.